Chosen one, stop scrolling right now. Lock your attention on this message. You did not find this recording by accident, and the algorithm did not bring you here today. The Holy Spirit orchestrated this exact intersection in time because you are standing at the edge of a massive breakthrough. Do not click away. Take one deep breath, drop your shoulders, and open your hands to receive this. You have been praying for a shift. You have been asking heaven why the pressure has been so incredibly heavy lately. It feels like every single door you try to open is completely glued shut. You push and you push, but nothing moves. I know exactly how tired your spirit is right now. You wake up exhausted, even after sleeping for hours. You carry a quiet ache in the back of your chest. And every morning when you open your eyes, the heaviness is already sitting on you before you even step out of bed. You push through it, you smile for them. But inside, you are barely holding on. You have been fighting battles nobody understands. You are protecting people who never even bother to check on you. You give your energy to everyone else. And when you finally need a safe place to rest, the room is completely empty. You feel so deeply isolated. Many people have misunderstood your silence for weakness. They look at your life and think you are just stuck. Sometimes you even start to believe the lies they whisper about you. You wonder if you made a wrong turn somewhere. You question if the universe has simply forgotten about your existence. You feel lost. Let the noise leave your mind for a moment. Listen carefully to what heaven is saying. This strange isolation you are feeling is not a punishment. The sudden exhaustion is not a sign of failure. You are not experiencing spiritual defeat. There is a very specific reason why your life has felt overwhelmingly strange in the last 72 hours. The sudden draining of your physical energy is a major sign. The people suddenly pulling away from you without any explanation. The opportunities that looked so promising but suddenly vanished into thin air. I need you to stay with me until the end of this message. What the Holy Spirit is about to reveal will change everything. It will finally make sense of every tear you cried in secret. The system does not want you to know this truth. The Matrix wants you to believe that you are just not working hard enough. They want you to feel guilty for taking a rest. They desperately want you to stay in this cycle of confusion and spiritual exhaustion. But heaven is stepping in today to lift a burden you were never meant to carry forever. You have been acting as a spiritual shield for your entire bloodline. You absorb the chaos of others so they can have peace. Your soul is doing the heavy lifting while your physical body tries to survive the day. You are drained. That is exactly why the sudden waves of sadness or anxiety hit you out of nowhere. Those emotions do not even belong to you. You are an empath and a healer. You have been carrying the toxic residue of environments you walked through. And right now, your vessel is simply too full to take on another drop of pain. The world tells you to seek earthly solutions or just think positive thoughts. They tell you to push harder and force the doors open. But God is telling you to stop fighting the current. Stop trying to pry open doors that heaven has locked for your own protection. You are not stuck. You are being positioned right now. Every single delay you experienced this year was actually a divine orchestration. The universe was rearranging the board while you thought you were losing the game. You felt abandoned in the wilderness. But the wilderness is where God strips away the heavy armor you no longer need. The wilderness is a preparation ground. You had to be separated from the crowd. If heaven had given you the blessing while you were still connected to those toxic people, they would have drained it instantly. God had to isolate you to protect the massive harvest coming your way. Your season of survival mode is officially expiring right now, in this exact moment. The pain you feel is the cracking of the old shell. You are a masterpiece of God, currently undergoing a profound spiritual transition. It hurts because you are stretching beyond the limitations placed on your ancestors. You are the cycle breaker. You are doing what nobody in your family line had the courage to do before. You have survived the hardest part of the journey completely alone. You walked through the fire and kept your heart pure in a world that tried to make you bitter. The enemy tried to break your mind to stop you, but you are still standing here today. Your resilience is absolutely terrifying to the forces of darkness. Take another deep breath and let go of the tension in your jaw. You do not need to figure out the next step today. You just need to recognize that you are safe. A divine frequency of abundance and clarity is overriding the delay. Heaven is about to hand you the key to unlock the exact door you have been waiting for. Listen carefully to this truth. You must understand why the doors stayed closed for so long. The enemy has been whispering lies into your ear for months. They want you to believe that heaven rejected your prayers entirely. You look around and see ordinary people getting exactly what they want with zero effort, while your path feels completely blocked. Before I go any further, I need to pause and speak to your spirit directly. God is not ignoring your requests. Heaven has heard every single tear hitting your pillow at 3 in the morning. But there is a massive difference between a delay and a denial. What you have experienced recently is not a rejection, it is divine exactness. The system wants you to panic. The matrix trains people to demand instant gratification for everything they do. If a process takes too long, the world says you should just give up and try another way entirely. But you are a chosen one. Your spiritual timeline does not operate on normal earthly schedules. God operates in perfect precision. Think about the door that slammed shut right in front of your face last year. You cried over that lost opportunity. You begged heaven to open it back up for you, but heaven kept it securely locked because entering that room would have destroyed your future. The blessing waiting behind that specific door was actually a trap in disguise. God closed the small door to prepare you for the mega deposit. If he had given you the financial breakthrough back then, you would have shared it with the wrong people. You still had toxic individuals sitting at your table. The delay gave heaven enough time to expose the fake friends hiding in your inner circle. Your heart is too pure. You naturally want to help everyone around you. And if the universe handed you immense power prematurely, you would have used it to heal people who secretly wanted you to fail. God had to stall your progress. He had to keep you waiting in the hallway until the room was completely cleared of enemies. This brings us to the exact reason heaven brought you here today. The painful waiting period is not a punishment for your past mistakes. It is an intensive preparation for the massive weight of your upcoming authority. You cannot put a heavy crown on a fragile neck. The universe was using the quiet delay to build your spiritual muscles. You have to understand the sheer size of what is coming toward you. A regular person receives a regular blessing, and they can handle it easily. But you are the cycle breaker for your entire bloodline. The immense wealth and peace God is releasing to you will literally change the trajectory of your family for generations. When heaven builds a skyscraper, the foundation takes an incredibly long time to pour. People walking by only see a giant hole in the ground. They might even laugh at your lack of visible progress, but they do not realize how deep the roots must go to support such a magnificent structure. Your deep roots are finally established. Type 1111 right now to claim this absolute truth. Let your spirit align with this revelation. Every setback was actually a setup. Every closed door was a sturdy shield of protection. Every moment of painful waiting was a crucial step in your divine calibration. The Holy Spirit was fine-tuning your frequency to match the harvest. If you had received the blessing even 1 week earlier, it would have overwhelmed you. Your spiritual vessel was simply not wide enough to contain the heavy downpour. God had to stretch your emotional capacity through the pain of waiting. It was deeply uncomfortable and exhausting, but it was absolutely necessary for your survival. You are not behind schedule. You have not missed your window of opportunity. The enemy loves to make you feel like time is rapidly running out. They want you to rush into bad decisions out of pure desperation. but you must firmly reject that dark spirit of anxiety today. You are walking exactly where heaven intended you to be. I need you to look back at your journey with a new perspective. See the absolute perfection in the timing of every single disappointment. The job you did not get was a rescue mission. The relationship that fell apart was a divine intervention. God was violently pulling you out of alignment with mediocrity because He wants you to have the absolute best. Now let us talk about what the enemy desperately tried to hide from you. The delay was also a brilliant strategy to confuse the dark forces attacking your life. They watched you struggle and thought they had finally defeated you. They lowered their weapons and stopped attacking because they assumed you were permanently stuck. But God was doing something profound behind the scenes. While the enemy was celebrating your apparent stagnation, heaven was secretly loading your spiritual accounts. The universe was quietly arranging the right people to step into your path at the exact right moment. The puzzle pieces are perfectly sliding into place right now. Do not let anyone rush your spiritual process. Let them misunderstand your current season of stillness. You no longer need to explain your timeline to people who are committed to a fast and shallow life. You are stepping into a realm of effortless manifestation. The delay is officially over, and the exactness is about to reveal its beauty. Let me speak to the quiet loneliness you carry in your chest right now. You look at your phone, and there are 0 messages. The people you used to talk to every single day have suddenly vanished from your life. You sit alone in your room and wonder why everyone left. You feel completely disconnected from the world. This profound silence is not a punishment for being a bad person. God did not push people away because you are unlovable or broken. Your isolation is actually a highly classified spiritual operation. It is a divine quarantine designed strictly to protect your frequency. Heaven had to evacuate the premises before the blessing could land. You are an empath and a deeply powerful healer. For years you allowed emotional vampires to drink freely from your cup. You gave them your light, and they left you with their toxic shadows. God watched you drain your own life force to keep other people warm. And finally heaven said enough to this endless cycle of abuse. If heaven dropped the massive harvest into your hands while they were still around, they would steal it. They would drain your newfound wealth and peace within a matter of days. God had to forcefully separate you from their draining energy. He had to put you in a solitary confinement of pure grace. This is your absolute protection. Listen carefully to this next part. Think about those sudden arguments that ruined relationships for no logical reason. Think about the friends who simply stopped calling you back. You thought you did something terrible to offend them, but that was simply the universe stepping in to cut the spiritual cords. The system wants you to feel desperate for human validation. The Matrix teaches you to chase after toxic relationships just to avoid being lonely, but a chosen one cannot afford to hold on to dead connections. Your destiny is far too heavy to share with people who only want to use you for convenience. You must stand alone for a season. While you are sitting in this quiet room, a massive upgrade is happening to your soul. Your spiritual frequency is shifting into a much higher dimension. The people you left behind simply cannot breathe at this new altitude. Their lower vibration would literally pull you out of the sky if they stayed attached to your life. Take a deep breath and let that truth settle into your bones. Type 222 right now if you are finally ready to embrace your sacred solitude. Stop mourning the loss of people who were secretly praying for your downfall. They did not hate you as a person. They hated the blinding light inside you that exposed their hidden darkness. You used to cry because you felt rejected by the crowd, but now you must realize that rejection was your ultimate protection. You were not cast out of the group. You were deliberately chosen and pulled aside for a private briefing with the Creator. You are receiving classified instructions for your next major chapter. The enemy is absolutely terrified of your current isolation. When you were surrounded by chaotic people, The devil could easily distract you. But now there is no noise left to confuse your mind. You can finally hear the voice of the Holy Spirit with crystal clear precision. Your quietness has become a dangerous weapon. God is clearing out the old furniture so he can bring in the new. When this period of divine quarantine is over, heaven will introduce you to your true spiritual tribe. You will meet people who speak your exact language. They will not ask you to shrink yourself to make them comfortable. They will celebrate your true power. But until that new door opens, you must master the art of being totally alone. Do not rush back out into the street just because the house feels quiet. Your season of hidden preparation is almost finished. The massive spiritual vault is unlocking right now as we speak. Stay completely still and let the universe finish its work. I know it hurts when you have exciting news and nobody to tell. I know it feels strange to eat alone and walk alone, but you are walking with an entire army of angels surrounding your steps. You are the cycle breaker who is currently being insulated against generational attacks. The spiritual warfare cannot touch you in this safe zone. This brings us to a profound revelation about your future. The wealth and the peace coming to you require a pure environment. God is detoxifying your physical and emotional space. Embrace this beautiful emptiness, because it is about to be filled with unprecedented miracles. The divine quarantine is your greatest blessing. Do not look backward to the people who abandoned you in the wilderness. They served their purpose, and their chapter in your book is permanently closed. Wash your face and stand up straight. You are a masterpiece, wrapped in divine protection. Your beautiful isolation is simply the calm before a glorious and unstoppable storm. Now let us talk about what the enemy desperately tried to hide from you. The Matrix is absolutely panicking right now. You are about to discover a massive secret. They watched you suffer in the darkness. They truly believed that they had finally broken your spirit. But they completely miscalculated your divine strength. And the system is terrified because you are finally waking up to your true power. We need to clearly identify the architects of your recent pain. They are the sleepers and the energetic vampires who constantly fed on your brilliant light because you were their ultimate power source for so many years. But heaven just permanently disconnected your battery from their draining system. They are starving for your reaction right now, but you give them nothing but absolute silence. You must understand the real nature of this severe spiritual warfare. The brutal attacks were heavy. You hold an incredibly heavy destiny. The enemy never wastes their time attacking empty vessels. They only target the chosen ones who carry the ultimate weapon of generational healing. The fierce resistance you faced was actual proof of your incredible value to the universe, and heaven watched you stand your ground. When they saw you successfully surviving the divine quarantine, immense fear struck their dark camp. They foolishly thought isolation would destroy your mind. They wanted you to beg for their toxic company. Instead, the quiet wilderness sharpened your spiritual sword, and you evolved into a powerful, discerning warrior while walking alone in the dark. Now they are turning on each other in a state of pure confusion. The dark system thrives whenever you operate on a low vibration of fear. They desperately want you stressed about money and basic survival every single day, because if you are constantly stuck in survival mode, you can never access your true divine authority. But heaven just flipped the massive switch inside your soul. You are waking up. Their control is completely shattering. Do you feel that sudden surge of power rising in your chest right now? That is the Holy Spirit breaking the heavy chains of the Matrix. Type 333 in the comments to physically seal this newfound authority. You are no longer playing a weak game of defense. You are stepping onto the offensive line with absolute power and clarity, and the enemy is absolutely terrified of your new, unshakable posture. Think back to the people who launched smear campaigns against you. They whispered terrible lies to ruin your name. They tried to isolate you from your destined blessings. But here is the magnificent plot twist that heaven prepared for your story. Their very trap has miraculously become their own spiritual prison, and karma is currently handling them with absolute divine precision. God never asked you to defend yourself against their fabricated lies. He commanded you to remain completely still while he fought the battle. Your silence is literally burning them alive. They cannot understand how you remain so peaceful. Your calm energy is the ultimate weapon against their chaotic spirits, because you refuse to lower your vibration to match their desperate level of drama. You must never apologize for the brilliant light radiating from your soul, and you must never attempt to reconcile with darkness. They are committed to misunderstanding your spirit because your truth constantly exposes their hidden lies to the world. You cannot heal people who are actively trying to destroy you. Cut the cord permanently. Walk away without any guilt. The enemy is throwing their final tantrums in the unseen realm right now. The strange inconveniences over the last few days are just dying echoes of their defeat. They finally realize that their access to your energy is permanently revoked. Your spiritual frequency is ascending rapidly out of their miserable reach, and you are soaring into a brand new dimension of pure peace. The elite matrix cannot control a chosen one who finally knows their exact worth. They wanted you financially desperate, so you would settle for crumbs. But a massive spiritual shift just fractured their entire system of oppression. The divine frequency of abundance is violently overriding their petty delay tactics, and heaven is opening the massive floodgates of wealth just for you. You are literally becoming an untouchable force in this new season. The spiritual shield surrounding your life is now fully activated. It is glowing with holy fire. Any dark energy sent your way will instantly bounce back to the miserable sender. You do not even have to lift a single finger to strike back at them, and you can just watch them panic as your peace becomes unshakable. Take another deep breath and fully absorb the reality of this glorious victory. Drop your tired shoulders and release that painful fighting stance. The exhausting spiritual war you fought for your bloodline has already been won in the heavenly realms. You are simply waiting for the physical manifestation to catch up with the spiritual truth, because the heavy lifting is officially finished. This is the exact moment you transition from a weary survivor into a quiet victor. The universe is about to roll out the red carpet for your grand arrival. Your enemies will be forced to stand by and watch your spectacular rise from the ashes, while you gracefully step into the ultimate authority heaven promised you. Your season of hidden preparation is completely over. Your public reward is at hand. Let me explain what is actually happening in the spirit realm right now. The atmosphere around you has shifted dramatically. You survived the intense spiritual warfare. The heavy clouds of confusion are finally clearing out of your tired mind. And now heaven is preparing to drop the ultimate mega deposit into your open hands, bypassing every single obstacle the enemy tried to place in your path. There are three silent signs that prove your massive breakthrough is currently arriving. The universe always sends quiet confirmations before a major shift occurs. Most people miss these subtle signs completely. They are too addicted to loud chaos. But you are a discerning warrior who can feel the frequency changing before it ever manifests in the physical world. Listen closely to these hidden indicators. Sign number 1 is your sudden detachment from past drama. A few weeks ago, you would have argued with people who misunderstood you. You would have wasted your precious energy trying to prove them wrong. But lately, you simply walk away without saying a single word, because your spirit knows that their toxic opinions hold absolutely no power over your divine destiny. This profound apathy is not a sign of deep depression. It is the Holy Spirit cutting the final cords of attachment to your old season. You no longer care about vindication in the court of public opinion. Your spirit understands that karma is already handling your enemies with perfect precision. You are completely detached from the final outcome, and this beautiful emotional freedom proves that your faith is finally unshakable. Sign number 2 is an unexplainable peace inside the storm. Look at the current circumstances of your physical life right now. The bank account might still look terribly empty. The doors might still appear closed on the surface. But underneath all of that external pressure, your mind is experiencing a strange quietness, while the rest of the world expects you to be falling apart. You feel completely safe. The Matrix wants you to panic about your bills and your future. The system expects you to lose sleep and cry over the delay, but you are sleeping better than you have in many years. You wake up with a quiet confidence that everything is already handled. Type 777 right now if you feel this supernatural peace guarding your tired mind against the daily attacks of the enemy. This divine peace is the ultimate proof that the generational curse is broken. You are not operating on the frantic frequency of survival mode anymore. God has wrapped your entire nervous system in a protective blanket of grace. When you stop worrying about the daily provision, you actually open the massive door for the mega deposit to finally enter your physical reality. Many chosen ones fail to recognize sign number 3, and if they miss this crucial sign, they accidentally delay their own blessing. Sign number 3 is the sudden end of your physical striving. You have completely stopped trying to force things to happen. You no longer hustle or beg the universe to give you the opportunities you rightfully deserve, because you finally realize your true worth as a masterpiece. You realize that the blessing meant for you cannot be missed. God does not need your exhausted hustle to deliver a massive miracle. He only needs your absolute surrender and your pure alignment. You are finally allowing the universe to work on your behalf. This state of total surrender is the absolute highest form of spiritual authority a chosen one can possess in this loud and chaotic world. The mega deposit cannot fall into hands that are tightly clenched in fear. You had to drop your weapons and open your palms. You had to trust the invisible timing of the grand creator. And because you passed this silent test, the heavens are opening right now. The floodgates of wealth and restoration are positioning directly over your physical location, preparing to wash away years of incredible financial and emotional drought. Do you feel the subtle vibration in the air right now? Your energy is expanding and pushing out the dark residue of the past. The physical realm is rushing to catch up with the spiritual reality you already claimed. The exact things you prayed for in your darkest moments are manifesting in the light, and your long season of hidden preparation is finally finished. God is bypassing the normal channels to bring you this sudden breakthrough. You will not have to wait in line like everyone else. The universe is granting you exclusive access to the hidden vaults of abundance. The people who rejected you will watch from the sidelines as you walk through doors they could never even touch, making your elevation undeniable. Your vindication is visible. Stay with me, because this next part is absolutely crucial. You have recognized the 3 powerful signs. You feel the profound shift in your own physical body. But there is one more thing you must understand before the climax of this miracle hits your life. The enemy will try one last trick to make you doubt this glorious transition, but you must remain anchored in your newfound identity as a quiet victor. Keep your mind locked on this beautiful divine frequency. Every time a doubt creeps into your head, remember the strange peace you feel right now. The universe is speaking to you clearly through these silent confirmations. The mega deposit is not just coming soon, but it is already here in the spiritual realm, waiting for your final physical alignment to receive it. This is the moment of absolute truth. The heavens are completely open over your life right now. I need you to stand still and receive this divine decree. Every single chain that held you back is about to shatter. The spiritual realm is vibrating with unprecedented power. God is officially stepping into your current timeline to deliver the ultimate verdict. In the mighty name of the Creator, I break every generational cycle that has tried to wrap its heavy chains around your mind. The brutal poverty stops with you today. The severe anxiety stops with you right now. The broken relationships and the endless betrayals stop with you, because heaven is shielding your heart from further damage. You are the ultimate cycle breaker. The curse is permanently destroyed. I decree that the suffocating mantle of survival mode is falling off your tired shoulders in this exact second. You are no longer merely surviving day by day. You are stepping into a divine realm of absolute abundance. Breathe it out right now. The exhausting spiritual war you fought for your bloodline has been won, and you are finally entirely free. The system is terrified because the Matrix cannot control a chosen one who knows their exact worth. They wanted you financially desperate so you would settle for their miserable crumbs. But the divine frequency of immense wealth is overriding their pathetic delay. God is unlocking a massive deposit of provision that the elite circles desperately tried to hide from you. I declare right now that the season of you being a footstool for their fragile ego is permanently over. The universe is entirely flipping the script on your enemies. Those who sat at crowded tables and spoke poorly of your beautiful name are about to witness a miracle. God is preparing a massive feast for you right in front of them. You do not have to lift a single finger to defend yourself. Heaven is stepping in as your ultimate defense attorney. The severe confusion they tried to cast onto your peaceful life is rapidly returning to their own dark camp. Watch them panic in the shadows as your radiant peace becomes entirely untouchable. They simply cannot reach your new altitude. You are officially released from the heavy burden of healing people who want to stay broken. I cancel every emotional debt you thought you owed to those toxic energy vampires. Your pure light is no longer available for their selfish consumption. You are reclaiming every single ounce of life force that was unfairly stolen from your tired spirit. A hidden frequency has been unlocked in the heavenly realms today. God is handing the golden key directly to you right now. This is your divine appointment with destiny. The doors of profound opportunity are swinging wide open, and no human being on this earth has the power to shut them ever again. Open your hands and accept this incredible mega deposit of both peace and financial prosperity. You have been emptied out completely, so you could hold this massive blessing. Your spiritual vessel is finally wide enough to carry the immense glory of this new season. Do not shrink back or feel guilty for receiving what you rightfully earned in the dark. I speak total restoration over your tired physical body and your exhausted mind. The strange aches and the sudden waves of unexplained sadness are leaving you immediately. Your nervous system is resetting to a baseline of absolute calm. You are an anointed masterpiece, and your entire biological frequency is quickly aligning with pure heavenly health. The dark matrix has officially lost its grip on your divine destiny. They tried to keep you blind to your true royal identity, but the blinding light of truth has pierced through their deceptive illusions. You are walking out of their artificial prison with your head held incredibly high. You hold the powerful keys to the kingdom in your own hands. I declare that your past failures are completely erased from the spiritual record. The mistakes you made while trying to survive in the dark no longer define your brilliant future. The Creator has wiped the slate completely clean. You are starting this new chapter with absolutely zero spiritual debt, and you are completely favored by the highest power. This is the most powerful shift of your entire existence. The massive tectonic plates of the spirit realm have moved to elevate you. Take a very deep breath and let the reality of this total victory wash over your soul. You survived the brutal wilderness, and now you are boldly stepping into the beautiful promised land. The wait is over. Your tears of pain have miraculously transformed into a river of unshakable joy. Heaven is standing up to applaud your incredible endurance. But to fully protect this magnificent blessing, you must understand one final and strict rule. How you handle this next quiet phase will determine the absolute longevity of your newly found power. Now that the massive breakthrough is fully unlocked, you must learn how to protect it. Heaven has handed you a sacred gift today. But with immense power comes a profound responsibility to guard your energy. You cannot handle this new season the same way you handled the old one. There is a strict rule you must follow right now to maintain this blessing. You must remain completely silent about what God is doing behind the scenes. Do not rush to call your friends to tell them about this shift, and do not post your spiritual victories on the internet for strangers to see. When a seed is planted in the ground, it must stay hidden in the dark dirt to properly grow. If you dig it up to show people, it dies. The exact same principle applies to your new blessing. The enemy was defeated in the spiritual realm today, but the Matrix will immediately try to send spies into your life to discover what changed. They will send old friends or toxic family members to casually check on you. They do not actually care about your well-being because they just want access. They are desperately trying to find a cracked window to steal your new frequency. You must keep every single boundary firmly locked. Your kindness was a beautiful trait in your past season, but it became a dangerous vulnerability. You can no longer afford to heal people who are committed to staying broken. You must protect your peace at all costs. Let them misunderstand your sudden silence completely. Let them assume whatever they want about your distance. You no longer need to explain your soul to people who are comfortable with your old misery. And when they see you glowing with unshakable peace, it will deeply agitate their dark spirits. Do not lower your vibration to make them comfortable. Silence is not a sign of weakness or fear. Silence is wisdom under absolute control. When you learn how to hold your tongue, you retain all of your spiritual power inside your own vessel. You are building an impenetrable fortress of grace around your mind. And inside this quiet fortress, the mega deposit can safely multiply without any interference. If you feel the sudden urge to brag or prove your haters wrong, you must resist it completely. The desire to show off is a trap designed by the dark system. They want you to operate in ego so you lose your divine alignment. But you are a discerning warrior. You know that true authority never has to shout to be heard in a crowded room. You just exist. Step into your new identity as the quiet victor right now. When you walk into a room today, your energy will immediately command respect before you even open your mouth. The atmosphere will shift simply because you arrived. You do not need to announce your incredible blessings to the world. The undeniable favor on your life will speak loudly for itself. Take a deep breath and anchor yourself in this quiet power. You are no longer scrambling for crumbs or begging for validation from the Matrix. You are a masterpiece, sitting peacefully on a royal throne. Let the frantic world rush around you while you remain perfectly still. The chaos cannot touch you as long as you keep your spiritual vault sealed. Heaven trusted you with this massive deposit because you proved you can handle the wilderness. Now you must prove you can handle the incredible harvest without losing your mind. Manage your energy like a highly sacred resource. Do not freely give it away to anyone who has not earned the right to sit at your new table. Keep your inner circle absolutely pure. If someone drains your energy today, they must be removed immediately without any hesitation. You are the sole protector of your family line now. The generational curse was broken, and you are the gatekeeper, ensuring it never returns. Guard your mind and guard your physical space fiercely. The universe is watching how you steward this beautiful transition. Type the word protected in the comments below right now. Let this be a physical declaration that your boundaries are officially secured. You are stepping out of the noisy battlefield and into a highly exclusive sanctuary of peace. The heavy lifting is done, and now your only job is to quietly manage the immense abundance flowing directly into your hands. You are completely safe to enjoy this brilliant new reality. Do not spend your time looking over your shoulder, waiting for the next bad thing to happen. The old cycle of pain is permanently dead. God has shifted your trajectory toward absolute victory. Rest in this profound truth and prepare your tired heart for the final sealing of this magnificent decree. The days of you being an open door for everyone else are over. You are no longer an emotional dumping ground for the world. You are a highly guarded treasure. This is the ultimate level of spiritual maturity for a chosen one. You accept the blessing with extreme gratitude, and you protect it with absolute fierce dedication. You are finally home. Let us seal this massive breakthrough together right now. The atmosphere in your room has completely changed. You can feel the heavy weight fully lifted from your shoulders. The spiritual warfare that exhausted your soul for years is officially over. You survived the brutal fire. You walked through the dark valley alone, and you emerged as pure gold. You are no longer a victim of the matrix. You are stepping fully into your beautiful season of quiet authority. Let the sleepers continue to play their loud and chaotic games. You do not need to participate in their low-frequency drama ever again. Your energy is incredibly expensive now. You are walking with the quiet confidence of true royalty. I speak a divine seal of absolute protection over your mind today. In the name of the Creator, I lock this new frequency deep inside your spirit. No weapon formed against your physical or emotional peace will ever prosper. The enemies who try to intercept this blessing will only encounter a blinding wall of holy fire. You are completely untouchable. The mega deposit is already secured in the heavenly realm. The universe is simply arranging the final physical details for its grand arrival in your life. Do not rush the process or panic when small inconveniences happen. You are standing on solid rock now. The generational curse is permanently broken. Your bloodline is officially entirely free. I declare that every area of your life that experienced severe drought is now flooded with divine rain. Your finances are completely restored. Your physical health is rapidly aligning with the highest frequency of heaven. The relationships that drained you are permanently severed and replaced with pure connections. God is literally making all things brand new. From this exact moment forward, your presence alone will command respect. You will walk into rooms, and the dark energy will immediately flee. You do not need to say a single word to assert your divine dominance. Your silence is your greatest and most terrifying weapon. Heaven has crowned you with absolute favor. You are a masterpiece of God. When you wake up tomorrow morning, you will feel fundamentally different. The heavy blanket of despair will be completely gone. You will look in the mirror and finally recognize the powerful warrior staring back at you. Do not let the mundane world pull you back down into their miserable illusions. You live in a much higher dimension now. I want you to take one final deep breath with me. Let go of the last tiny piece of doubt hiding in your chest. The trauma of your past is no longer your identity. You are not the pain you endured. You are the magnificent purpose God placed inside you from the very beginning. Your soul is finally resting in perfect and unshakable peace. If this message brought profound peace to your tired soul today, leave a word in the comments below. We do not do it for visibility or algorithms. We do it as a powerful spiritual seal of agreement. When you type your confirmation, you are physically telling the universe that you accept this beautiful decree. Claim your ultimate victory right now. Gently like this video, not as a casual earthly gesture, but as an act of profound spiritual alignment. Join this quiet sanctuary and turn on the bell so the enemy cannot intercept your future messages. We are building a fortress for the chosen ones who are waking up across the globe. You are no longer alone in this massive spiritual awakening. This channel is not just a place to watch videos. This is a highly protected spiritual haven for the remnant. By staying connected to this frequency, you ensure your mind remains sharp and deeply discerning. The matrix will try to distract you tomorrow, but your anchor is firmly planted in this divine truth. You are completely unbreakable. Share this message with someone your spirit brings to mind right now. Heaven knows exactly who they are and why they need to hear this truth. There is another cycle breaker out there who is crying in the dark today. Your gentle action might be the exact lifeline God uses to pull them out of their deep misery. Be the light for them. The universe is so incredibly proud of your endurance. You passed the rigorous test that nobody else could survive, and now the beautiful reward is falling effortlessly into your open hands. Guard your heart, protect your precious energy, and watch how heaven miraculously moves on your behalf in the coming days. The delay is permanently finished. Rest well tonight, chosen one. The angels are standing guard around your home. The spiritual forces of darkness have retreated in absolute defeat. You are safe. You are loved beyond measure. You are the brilliant light that terrifies the elite matrix. Walk forward in your quiet authority. Your magnificent new life is officially beginning right now.